Namaste dosto. These are American snacks made in India, and these are the originals made right here in the United States of America. So, what is the difference? Which is cheaper? And just overall, which is a better product? Because there are differences. We are going to see some differences here today. Now, let's start with the candy, okay? I have here Kit Kat from America, Kit Kat from India. Now visually, I know this Kit Kat here. This is the one that I know. This is the American one. Let's open them up because there's not too much different on the packaging, and let's see. Let's try the Indian version first. I know the Indian version the best because I eat generally all the Indian versions of these snacks. That's all I know. I haven't actually ever tried the American version. Now the thing with chocolate in India is it's always been like melted and then frozen again, then melted, then frozen again, like 1,000 times before you buy it. So, let's see, the Kit Kat's wrapped in foil in India. And this is what the Indian Kit Kat looks like. It looks exactly the same as any other Kit Kat that I know. Now let me get out, I was gonna eat it, but let me get out the American Kit Kat. They're both looking about the same. The Indian version is smaller. Now let's go for American. So they taste exactly the same. You're going to see some taste differences, but with the Kit Kat, we don't have any yet. And you can even see they look the same inside. There is barely any difference there. Flavor's the same. That is boring. We will go to the next. And for price comparison, the Indian version is much cheaper. It is 28 cents for a bar, whereas here in the US, it is 84 cents for a bar. Next, let's go for Hershey's Kisses. We've got the Indian version here and the American version here. And as you can see, I like the packaging of the Indian version. Their version is just, I don't know, there's some piazz there. This is quite boring. But let's go to the flavor. The Indian version is this nice foil bag, and you also get a resealable layer there, which is good too. Okay, this is the milk chocolate flavor. But it's weird, they've used different colors. Can you see that? One, the Indian version is gold, the American version is silver. Now, Indians love gold, so I wonder if that was a consideration. They're trying to say, you know, this is the best chocolate, it's gold. If you use silver, it might not have that same prestige. Let's try the Indian version first. I don't like Hershey's Kisses. Does not taste good. The Indian version tastes sickly. Doesn't taste like nice, creamy chocolate. Tastes a bit like vomit to me. That's just the feeling I get when I eat this. That's not normal for chocolate. I love chocolate. Now let's go for the American version. I'm drinking water in between to cleanse my palate. Ugh. I can't eat this. Ugh, ugh, horrible. Man, the American one is worse than the Indian one. Oh, who buys this and who eats this? Honestly, it tastes like vomit to me. I don't know why it tastes like vomit, but these Hershey's Kisses, it's just disgusting to me. So the Indian one tastes marginally better than the American one. The American one's horrid.
It's America's favorite chocolate bar. It's certainly my chocolate bar, but to a great many people from other parts of the world, the Hershey bar tastes like vomit. Not figurative vomit, but literal, actual human sick. My wife Lauren knows what I'm talking about.
When I was in college, I worked at this camp in Pennsylvania, and we took the kids to Hershey Park. And my co-counselor, who is from New Zealand, was very excited. She tried a Hershey Kiss and promptly said, "Oh my God, this tastes like vomit." And then she made us all eat Cadbury.
And this is one product which actually costs more in India. This costs $1.26. This is $1 in the US. So let's move on from that. And if you're in India and you want an Atmanirbhar Bharat version, go for Amul chocolate. They have this incredible range of chocolates from around the world, and they use different cocos from around the world, and they make these chocolate blocks. I really love Amul chocolate. So that's an Atmanirbhar Bharat version, a made in India or make in India version that you can get If you like those Hershey's Kisses, just tell me in the comments because I find it strange. Next, Coke Zero. Yum. I really like this. This is kind of what I drink when I don't want to drink too much caffeine. I go for a hit of this. And I can see one difference straight away. The small can is the American can. Sorry, I could only get a small can here for some reason. They do have the bigger ones. And let me show you the difference. See, you have this silver embossing around the text, Coca-Cola. The Indian version, they haven't done a good print job. You don't have that silver lining around the words Coca-Cola. So, yeah, the colors are close enough. The branding is all close enough otherwise. But the Indian version has done a poor job on the print, on the lettering. And just for price comparison, the Indian version is much cheaper than the American version. This can in India costs, 50 cents American. And for the same can here in the US, $1.19. When it comes to the price matching, I have matched like for like products. Even though you're not seeing it here, I've matched the price of this can to the price of the same can here in the US. This is what I'm used to. I do like the Indian Coke Zero a lot. Now the American Coke Zero, and I have drunken this a few days earlier, there is a huge freaking difference, and it is not a good difference. The American Coke Zero tastes more like water. There is less flavor in this, and there is more flavor in the Indian version. And it's not a different flavor. It's just that good Coke flavor. But the American version tastes more watered down. It's very, very strange how these two can be so different in taste. Yeah, I do not like American Coke Zero. It just tastes watered down. The Indian version tastes like a full strength Coke Zero. This is what it should taste like. More flavor. So to all my American friends out there, you guys need to try this Indian Coke Zero. And now I found what the difference is. The Indian version uses different sweeteners to the American version. That's the difference. And whatever India is using, it just tastes better. Like substantially better. And let's go and get Pierogi's take on this as well. We'll go and ask him what he thinks. I'm actually shooting this at Scammer Payback's offices. You can see here. He's got his cup. It says Scammer Tears. He's always draining those from the scammers. Now try this. That's the Indian version.
The sweetener's got to be different.
How did you get that? How did you get that? Wow. Yeah.
So what I tasted was like, it's not stronger, but it's more potent, like the sweetener in it. Like this sweetener tastes better than this one, in my opinion. Like it's almost like brighter or something. Like I wanted to have another sip of this.
Yeah.
Like this one felt like very like bland, almost like they're trying to make it no sugar in it. And then this one was like, I would think that this has like sugar in it.
I'm wondering if you can't use that sweetener here in the US and they've had to use this other one, because to me the American one tastes like water now.
It's very interesting. This one definitely tastes better.
The Indian one rocks, right? It's so weird.
I like this one a lot better.
I did not expect that. This is an American product.
Yeah, exactly.
It should taste best in America.
It's a staple. So congratulations, India. You guys got first place. And when it comes to Atma Nirbhar Bharat, I haven't found an Indian diet soda. What I make at home would be tea. That is what I would make instead of having Diet Coke. So here we have Lay's sour cream and onion. Now, you'll notice on the Indian packaging, it actually says American style cream and onion. And the American version just says sour cream and onion. I don't think Indians know what sour cream is. At least I've never seen sour cream in India. It's not something that we always eat. So on the Indian package, if you write sour cream, Indians might get confused and be like, why would I want to eat sour cream? The cream's gone off, the cream's gone bad. Why would I do that? But no, it's something, it's a unique kind of dip here in America, and it's really tasty. And you'll notice on the American package, you can see
they have green onions, and on the Indian package, we have just normal old onion. Now that's another thing. We don't use much green onion in Indian cooking, so we don't want to confuse people in India, so we should use, a picture of a normal onion, which everybody's used to seeing. So yeah, that's some slight differences in the packaging. Now let's go for taste. I'll open them both and show you the difference. Quite different in texture. So here's the American chip, and here is the Indian chip. And the Indian chip is crinkle cut. You can see those lines in it. And the American chip, it's just slices of potatoes that haven't been crinkle cut and that have been fried. And on the American chip, you can see a lot of flavor, a lot of that green onion on there. And you can see that flavoring on the Indian chip as well. There's just not as much of it. Let's see if that reflects in taste. American style. Here's yum. Always like the American chips. Okay, these are good. I eat these in India. Now let's try the original, sour cream and onion. Flavor's the same, but the Indian chip is thicker and the American chip is much thinner and a little bit more creamy. I guess there's a little bit more oil in there in the American version, but close enough. The flavor is the same. Good work to Lay's for being able to do that. So if you're buying these American style, they really are, and they taste just like the original American chips. And same for the Kit Kat. Now, my favorite. Who doesn't love Pringles? These are relatively new in India. And the Indian product is actually imported from Malaysia. And because it's imported from Malaysia, it does cost more than the American version here in the US. And I can tell you one thing already. The American can is thicker than the Indian can, slightly. That can fit into that one. So maybe we've got a size difference in the Pringles already. So American one, and we have the Indian one here, Indian, American. Now the American one is simply bigger. It's bigger than the Indian Pringle. So that's weird. A lot of flavor on the Indian one. Now let's go for the American Pringle. My God. Man, the American Pringle by far is the winner. These have like double the flavor of the Indian Pringle. And they're more creamy. They're much more creamy than the Indian Pringle. The Indian Pringle is kind of stale in comparison to how kind of creamy the American version is and how fresh the American version tastes. And remember, this Indian version is being imported from Malaysia and sold to Indians. And if you want my recommendation for Atmanirbhar Bharat, I love Cornetto's chips in India. That's what I eat over the stuff. We are going to compare Coco Pops and Coco Krispies made by Kellogg's. Now, I just need to go and get some milk. One sec. All right, I'm back. I've got some milk in these cups. And, okay, the big difference, the naming. So in India, it's called Chocos. In the US, it's called Coco Krispies. So the branding's totally different. In New Zealand, where I'm from originally, it's called Coco Pops or Coco Puffs. I can't remember. I think it's Coco Pops. So let's try it. Got this very small package from India. And for price comparison, the Indian version is about $1 cheaper per package, per big packet, compared to the American version, about 25% cheaper. Oh, these look very different. Let me show you. The Indian version is the very big version there. And the American version is these small little rice puffs. But it's all the same ingredients, okay? These breakfast cereals are getting quite popular in India, unfortunately, because, these breakfast cereals, it's just sugar. In India, where I'm from in India, or where I live in India, in Delhi, a typical breakfast would be a large paratha, which is a large fried bread, pan-fried bread, stuffed with potato, like a pita bread stuffed with potato and fried in ghee, which is clarified butter. But these days, kids are starting to eat this sugary junk, and color of the milk has gone exactly the same. It goes this chocolatey color. Let's give it a go. I'll try the Indian version first. I've never actually eaten these. It's okay. This is not, in fact, how you eat cereal, okay? I'm just doing a jugaad here because I couldn't find any spoons. India wins again. The Indian version is just more chocolatey and more crunchy compared to the American version, because the American version is like these little rice puffs, and the Indian version is these massive rice kind of crispy flakes. And the Atmanirbhar Bharat version, the Make in India version of these cereals, there isn't one as far as I know. Please don't eat this stuff, guys. Like I said earlier, stick to paratha, upma, idli, poha, whatever else you have regionally, stick to that. This stuff is, it's not good for breakfast. Oh, now too, every little kid's favorite biscuit, it seems now. Oreos have got very, very popular in India. And little kids like my nephew in the village, this is his favorite biscuit. That's the amazing thing, how American food, American movies, music, just entertainment has traveled so widely around the world that Oreo has reached Indian villages, and little village kids love Oreo. Now, the packaging, okay. The Indian packaging is very nice. Have a look at that, guys. This is the Indian packaging on top. On bottom, we have the American packaging. The American packaging is not popping at all. The Indian packaging, it's popping. It just looks better. I don't know why it looks so bad. And they're basically about the same size, except the Americans are calling their size king size. I don't think I would call this king size, guys. One great thing I like about American packaging, though, they tell you exactly how many calories is in each serving on every single thing we have here. That is a really great initiative because it makes you think, if I eat this, it's going to cost me 150 calories. Just helps you. And then when you see something which is 1,000 calories, you're like, oh, maybe I should avoid that and go for something which is lower calorie. So here we have them both. We have the American Oreo here and the Indian Oreo. So the American Oreo, it's slightly bigger, only slightly bigger, guys. Just a tad bigger. The American Oreo is darker in color. The Indian Oreo is lighter in color. That's quite a big difference. The American Oreo, I can already see, has more filling inside it. Let me crack this open. Let me drop that. Got it. Okay, so it looks like the American version here has a bit more filling. The filling goes more to the edge than the Indian version. Although the Indian version looks prettier, looks much prettier. Now for the taste test. Indian Oreo is good, but I've never had an American Oreo, so let's find out. Oh man, what is the difference? I could not taste the difference between the American Oreos and the Indian Oreos, even though they look slightly different. Both taste great. And okay, the price, you can get this. 34 cents for this full Indian packet. This packet, same size, $1.84. So India is killing it on the price of this. That is incredible. America produced these in India and bring them across. Maybe you can lower the price here in America of these cookies. Yum. I totally expected the Indian versions to be not as good because they are so much cheaper. I thought perhaps they are cutting down on the quality and it might be affecting the flavor. But really, the Kit Kat was great, the Lay's were great, the Chocos were great, the Coke Zero was better, the Oreos were great, and those are all way cheaper than the original American versions. The Pringles and the M&Ms weren't great, but then again, they weren't made in India. Maybe India could produce these and make them as good as the American version. I do like American chocolate, like Reese's Pieces and the M&Ms, the peanut butter M&Ms. Those are out of this world. Like I said with the Coke, I think you've got slight differences in flavor and taste because there's different food standards in both countries. Like perhaps in the US, they can't use the artificial sweetener that India is using, and that's making a huge taste difference in this Coke. So there's a lot of food regulations in every country, and that's why these things taste slightly different around the world. I thought it might come down to price cutting, like the flavors were different because they're trying to make a cheaper product, but I mean, it's been proven. A very cheap packet of Oreos can taste basically the same as the original American version. And, you know, things can taste even better, like the Chocos versus the Coco Krispies. I was expecting bigger differences, to be honest. Now, you tell me in the comments, which food or snack have you tried overseas and it's tasted totally different to the original?